Okay, cool. Welcome everybody to lesson 2. Today we are going to discuss note values. And by that I'm referring to note duration and how long you hold any one note as it is directed in music notation. So there are a few different systems out there. However, assuming that most of you watching this video are from my neck of the woods, I'm going to use the vernacular that I use and have studied. However, for any Americans out there, I'll put a little note in the description of this video that will show you how the terminology used in this clip relates to the names that you might be a little more familiar with. So while there is a little more to a few of the things that I'm going to go through in this video, I want to keep it as clear and simple as possible for this first lesson on this particular topic. So in order to keep time when playing music, we often count. Even non-classical musicians playing in a band, you will often hear them counting each other in, after which, although the musicians are no longer audibly counting out loud, they continue to feel the beat. And this is how they maintain synchronicity in the music that each member of the band is playing. So for the purpose of this video, we're going to say that that beat they are feeling, that one beat, is a crotchet. So this is what a crotchet looks like. As you can see by the image, it is somewhat of a coloured in black oval shape attached to a straight black line, which is called the stem. In this instance, the stem is going upwards on the left hand side of the note. However, depending where on the stave the note is positioned, the stem can be going downwards on the other side of the note. However, regardless of note position with a crotchet, the stem is always a straight line. And a crotchet is worth one beat. This is what a minim looks like. It is worth 2 beats. The stem, as you can see, is the same as the crotchet, a straight line. The only difference is that the note head is white, it's not coloured in. And that's how you can identify a minim. This is a semibreve. A semibreve is worth 4 beats. There's no stem on the semibreve, so it's just this little non-coloured in oval shape on its own. And that's how you can identify it. This is what a quaver looks like. A quaver is worth half a beat. So on the left here, this is when the stem is going upwards. As you can see, there's a little additional part on the tail here. That's how you can identify a quaver. And when it is going downward direction, it can just look a little different. So I just wanted to show you what it looked like. The tail still goes in the direction towards the right. And these each are an image of a single quaver. However, if in music there are 2 consecutive quavers, they are most commonly written like this. This single line across the top is simply the joining of these 2 tails. Okay. This is what a semiquaver looks like. It's worth 1/4 of a beat, so it's worth 1/4 of a crotchet. Similar to the quaver, however, it has an additional tail off the end. The same rules apply according to the direction of those tails. They are going towards the right. And that is regardless of whether the stem is going up or down from the note head. Again, when adjoined, as there are 2 tails, there are now 2 lines going across the top, and that is how you can identify 2 semiquavers. So I just wanted to show you these note names and their values in relation to each other. So we're saying a crotchet is 1 beat. So a semibreve is worth 4 beats. Each minim is worth 2. So these are now 4. Each crotchet is worth 1 beat. Quavers worth 1/2 a beat. And semiquavers worth 1/4 of a beat. Okay. So 1 semibreve is the equivalent of 2 minims. Each minim with 2 beats is therefore held for the duration of what would be 2 crotchets. Each crotchet, which is 1 beat, is held for the duration of 2 quavers, which are half a beat each. And each quaver, which is half a beat, is the equivalent of 2 semiquavers, which are a quarter of a beat. I also wanted to show you in this video what the rests look like for these notes values. So in music, while we're directed what notes to play and when, it's equally important that we do not play and hold a rest for the correct amount of time. So this is what a crotchet rest most commonly looks like. And as it is a crotchet rest, you rest, do not play, for 1 beat. This is what a minim rest looks like. It can look quite similar to what a semibreve rest looks like, so I just advise you just to take a minute and to note that a minim rest, which is a rest for 2 beats, is on the 3rd line, and it's this little rectangular pointing up the way. And as you can see the similarities now, this is the semibreve with 4 beats, semibreve rest, 4 beat rest, hanging down from the 4th line. It's in a downward direction when it's a semibreve rest. Quaver rest. This is what it looks like, half a beat. Personally, I think a nice little way to remember this is that kind of use your imagination a little. It could look like a Q for quaver. Semiquaver rest, similar to the notes, there's just that additional tail off the end of it. And this one indicates that you rest for a quarter of a beat. So rest for a quarter of the time that a crotchet is held for, a semiquaver rest. Great, and I'm sure you'll be glad to know that that is all of the new information for you to take on in this video. I hope you found it helpful. If so, please do give this video a little like, and to get a notification when the next one comes out, you can subscribe to this channel. As always, if you have any questions with regard to anything that was explained or discussed in this video, please do let me know in the comments below.